It's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and jail to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary. 'Cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road.
The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid.
But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee. A fwit-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Adventures waiting further down the road.
Let's go!
Hey everyone! So, creating with the crew is me, Cubby Out to Belly.
And me, Shoshana Green. I'm super excited to do this. Yay!
And we are
creating with the crew.
In it to win it.
In it to win it. That's right. We are out of here.
Woo! It's been a great show. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Thank you. Good night. Yay. So we didn't really plan this far, did we?
Yeah, we spent so much time working on that opening.
Yeah, and then
And honestly, it shows. It was completely worth it.
I'm so glad you noticed. Thank you, Cubby.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Cubby and I have been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
Over a decade, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well over.
Over a decade.
We had to have met in the aughts.
Definitely. Yeah. I moved to Philly in 2003. I met you at the 2005 Philadelphia Fringe Festival. I've known you since 2005.
Wow, we're coming up on our 20-year friendiversary.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty good. Nice. Aw, friendship. It's pretty great, everybody. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend Friendship. It's pretty great.
Yeah, if you've been like afraid of getting hurt and you've been caring like way more about your business and getting as much money as possible and not being brokenhearted over your fiance Fran leaving you on Christmas Eve so many years ago.
Yeah, maybe you're a high-powered suit business job takes too much time and you just don't have time for friends.
Yeah. You should go back to the hometown you grew up in and have ghosts show you, an angel show you what life would have been like without you.
The ghosts of angels.
The ghosts of that is my favorite Death Cab for Cutie album.
Ghosts of Angels. That was the live album that never got released.
Well, it's super weird because then they had an album where they played that set list live and they called it Angels of Ghosts, and it was just worse in every way.
Oh, Wicked Clever asked us, what are you all making? Thanks for keeping us on track.
Obviously, Wicked Clever, we're making awkward small talk.
That's the first thing we create with this crew.
And number 2, we're making magic.
We are. Here, wait, I can actually show you. Look, let me show you the technology that we have here. Dun, dun, dun. What? Yeah, that's what we're creating. Look at that.
Let's zoom in.
Ooh, can you?
I just did.
Oh, you just made it bigger. Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna be making some shrinky dinks. Over the pandemic, I got a little obsessed with them because they're amazing. And so far, mostly what I've made is earrings. But they're so cool because basically you're just coloring, and I love coloring. And then you put them in the oven and they shrink. It's like all the things that I love. And here's some earrings that I've made. I want to show off. And you can do like some really nice stuff. Like, look at those. Those look great. And then also the, I'll switch back to my camera. The earrings that I'm wearing. I made these as well. So I'm working on I'm assistant directing a play right now, an immersive theater show that goes up in January. I'm sure I'm going to tell you all about it closer to the date, but it's an amazing show about dragons and fairies. And one of the things is we have little fairy houses. So I'm going to make, this is going to be a table. I'm going to turn this into a tiny little table for the fairies. So that's kind of what I'm going to be working on. And then maybe some other things as we get a little further down. We might make some other things.
We do have an important question about those earrings.
Oh, yes.
But do they explode?
Oh, you know what? Anything can explode if you work hard enough at it.
That is a great answer.
Although, considering they shrink down, they sort of do the opposite of exploding.
They imploding.
They implode. That's science.
So it looks like we've got some potential pumpkin pie going on.
I'm also making a pumpkin pie. I roasted the pumpkin last night and then made a puree. Ooh. I made stamped clay ornaments, earring, necklace, pendant pieces. Say I'm putting earring and pens. Oh, cool. That's awesome. With when you say stamped clay, what do you mean? What type of clay?
In the meantime, I think
Yes.
you already told me about that.
They
but
have to
that
have a number
blows
6.
my mind.
I know. They're great. Yeah, they have to have them. They have to have a number 6 on them for like
Yeah.
recycling. Then you know
Well,
they're okay for shrinky dinks.
It's not recycling. Those numbers are not recycling codes. Those are
Yeah.
plastic usage codes that look like recycling codes to fool us into thinking that plastics are more recyclable than they actually are.
Yeah, but plastics are highly reusable. If we were all just willing to drink out of dirty plastic bottles.
That's a great message for the day. Just live in filth.
Yeah.
Oh, but it turns out air dry clay.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's awesome. I bet it looks have you posted pictures of those in the Discord? I'm sure you have. If not, you should, because they sound amazing and I'd love to see them. Ooh. Wait, Cubby, tell them about your amazing Cubby has the best cranberry sauce recipe. Can you give that away? Is it a secret? I know it's like a really heavily guarded recipe. It's very complicated.
Oh my, I don't know if I remember. And Salier is doing a massive cooking and baking day.
Amazing.
And thank you for the birthday wishes.
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't know if we were saying it. Happy birthday, Cubby. That's actually one of the reasons why we're doing the show today, kind of, is because like it's your birthday.
Kind of. So I have a recipe for cranberry chutney that I'm trying to remember. It's
so good.
It's basically just a jar of like canned cranberries, not the sauce, but like the cranberries and chunky applesauce and mandarin oranges, and you just mix them up and it is delicious.
That's it? That's all you do? And maybe you throw walnuts in there sometimes?
I have never done that before, but you could.
Because I put nuts in everything.
Yeah, I think pecans would be good in it too.
Yeah. I don't think there's any recipe. I challenge you, chat, to find something that could not be improved by adding nuts to it. Prove me wrong, kids. Prove me wrong.
I mean, we are also goblins.
Right. Sometimes on Wednesdays. On Wednesdays, we wear goblin ears. We do. Wednesday tonight, we're playing Goblonia.
Wednesday evenings, we wear goblin ears.
Yeah. That's what we do on Wednesdays. Although we're like late afternoon for me. I'm on the West Coast. So this is the morning for me. But then it's sort of morning on the East Coast too, depending on what kind of lifestyle you have.
Yeah,
noon 30 is definitely morning sometimes.
I like the fact that this is kind of a morning show that starts at 12:30.
That's my kind of morning show.
Yeah.
Oh, will you get a birthday bonus? Good question, Reverend Tom.
I don't know what that is. Considering that the next thing Wicked Clever said was birthday spanking, I'm quite afraid.
Yeah. And it's it would be a Goblonia bonus. So like, is that really a bonus?
Yeah, Wait. I was going to say something, but that would just be giving Robert ideas. But hopefully he just doesn't give me a birthday king on the board.
Oh, that would be a terrible thing to do.
So, Salier, do you cook the cranberry applesauce, or is it like a super easy cheat recipe like I do?
Cranberry applesauce. It's a great idea. It's not bright. Yes. Oh, well, okay. If you have a nut allergy, that's of course. Of course. Allergies aside, though. Allergies aside.
If I may respectfully disagree, what you add when you have a nut allergy is danger.
That's right.
And danger makes everything taste better.
It could be your last meal. No, that's not. I have friends with legitimate nut allergies, and I fear for them.
Right, but what if there were like 3 cookies and one of them had a nut in it? It'd be like Russian roulette.
Ooh, one of them has a nut in it, and one of them has adrenaline.
So if you eat all of them, it just balances out.
It balances out, and you're fine. Right, Reverend Tommy? That's how allergies work, right?
Yes, that is exactly.
So I just realized I might need to change the angle of the camera because I'm left-handed and I put it on the left side, so it kind of covers up where my hand is. So I might switch those over. But what I'm doing right now is, so the cool thing about Shrinky Dinks is, so they're double-sided. One side, you can get different kind of paper, but the kind I have, one side is shiny and the other side is matte. And the shiny side, you can pretty much only color on it with Sharpies, and it has to be permanent marker, alcohol-based Sharpie. It can't be any other kind, otherwise it doesn't stick to it. But what's nice is if you color the one side with the Sharpie and then color in the other side, when it shrinks down, it kind of adds this nice like 3D effect. So what I end up doing, you can kind of see it, it looks really good on the earring. You can kind of see it really well on that, where like the yeah, it kind of adds just this nice depth to it. So I usually do the outline and kind of the darker shading on the shiny side, and then I flip it over, and the other side is colored pencils I have found work the best. You can use Sharpies on this side too, but the only thing is, because it's shrinking down, any color you put on it will be made like 3 or 4 times more intense. So you kind of don't actually want to color this that dark. Otherwise, when it shrinks down, it'll just be black or like dark brown, because it just like condenses the color so much. So that's what I'm doing now. But I'm going to switch it back over to my face and switch the angle of the camera so you can actually like see my hand coloring.
Well, then while you do that, I'll mention what I'm working on.
Oh boy, what are you working on, Cubby?
I am needle felting a little ball right now.
Oh, cool.
So I didn't really have anything on tap to do, so I just grabbed my needle felting, which I totally pandemic bought all of the things for, and then made like 2 things and put it aside. So it's like classic ADHD, but I have meant to get better at it. So that's what I'm trying.
Cool. That shows some, you've made some cool stuff. You made like an eyeball.
Yeah, nothing within arm's reach. So I'm going to say I haven't made anything yet. Actually, I think this is just going to be an eyeball, because I'm like, you know, what a great way to learn the skill, just making a whole bunch of needle felted eyeballs, and then I'll have like a vase and I'll fill them up with eyeballs.
Do you say a vase or a vase?
Well, I said vase and it felt weird.
Yeah.
Like I regretted not saying vase.
But vase is also a little, you know,
none of
a little much.
At this point, neither of them sound right. I'm going to just call it an urn.
Oh, an urn. That's a good one. How's that look? Not great.
It is a really great shot of your printer.
Yeah, it's the back of my laptop.
Like that's a really great establishing shot. If your printer was gonna like fight spies,
Oh, I wish my printer would fight spies. More printers should fight spies. There we go. How's that look? Professional? What does everybody think? Weigh in with your opinions on my camera angle.
it kind of makes me miss the printer.
Oh.
And it looks like we have a new friend joining us.
Wait, we have a guest?
Hey,
oh my
everybody.
gosh. What a great surprise.
Oh my God, look at that hair.
Look at it.
Did you? Oh my God, it looks great.
I got echo hair.
What a craft.
I can't take credit for it. Yes, it's all pink and blue and purple.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
Very
Yeah.
Twilight Sparkle.
Thank you. Yeah, when I was getting it done and like you started putting all the color on, I was like, yeah, I want to be a My Little Pony. Like we're going for My Little Pony, but we're also going for mermaids. So My Little Mer Pony.
My Little Seahorse?
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the brands of My Little Pony, though.
Oh, they had seahorses?
Yeah, like old school My Little Ponies had little, like, well,
They had some that had tails.
They were closer to like.
I remember that they had they did have tails.
The curly seahorse tail.
Yeah,
No.
but then they were like, because they were closer to like hippocampuses.
Yeah. They were like Pegasuses, but they instead of flying, they could swim.
Yeah, hippocampus.
Yeah.
I wanted to, when I was making lots of clay, I wanted to really make pony clay, ponies with mermaid tails. What does no more shiny spikes mean, Sally? I don't know what shiny spikes mean.
All right. Here's the thing, though. Because hippo is Greek, though.
Here we go.
So it would be hippocampides. Or hippocampodes?
Hippocampides?
Hippocampides.
Hippocampides.
I like hippocampides.
Yeah.
Hippocampides, hippocampidos.
Yes, Blondie. They were like water play. They
Yeah.
were like bath.
Oh, the picture at the hairdresser. Yeah. When I was getting the foil and I was a space lady.
Yeah. When you're in your spaceship.
I'm still a space lady, but I was extra space lady then. So what are you guys working on?
Oh, I was just gonna ask you the same thing, Kitty.
Oh, well, here's my answer to that. I have moved most of my working into so my sewing machine is on the dining room table and then I set up another card table that has all the craft stuff so that I can watch TV while I'm working on stuff instead of working on stuff in here. But I didn't want to because I'm trying to get this costume done before Texas because I want to test drive it at Texas before I wear it at Louisiana to see if there's any other adjustments I need to make or anything. And I still have a week to do it. So, but yeah, so if I were to set up my computer where all of that stuff is, then you would all be forced to look at how disgusting my kitchen is. And I don't want that.
I understand. I've been working. So here I've been, this is my crafting camera, but the angle is very important because if I move it too far from one side or the other, you see too much.
Uh-huh.
But I'm working on Shrinky Dinks.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a tiny little table out of this.
Nice.
This is gonna be the top.
I've never played with those before.
They're awesome. Look, you can make such cool things. Like I made those earrings. These are also earrings that I've
Can I
made.
see them? Can you hold them up? You probably already did this, but now it's my turn.
I'll do it again.
Ooh,
Like
very
they're neat.
artisanal.
They're like super cool. It's basically just color. It's basically just coloring, and then they shrink and they turn into hard plastic. I wish I had. So I'm working on. I'm assistant directing this really amazing immersive theater show that's happening in January, and it's all about fairies and dragons. And one of the things I'm doing for it is I'm using Shrinky Dinks to make tiny fairy furniture. But I don't have any on me because I made a bunch and I just delivered it to the director. So I don't have any to show you, but it's super fun because so since you're working with Shrinky Dinks, you know, you're working sort of with just a two-dimensional product, but it gets pretty hard once it's shrunk. So you can actually like I'm actually going to make some little holes in here and then make the bottom part of the table. It's sort of like making like shaker furniture or like Japanese craftsman furniture, where it like everything just fits together. And it's really fun and cool to think about, to make like a two-dimensional thing into a three-dimensional thing. Like it's really fun to use my brain that way. I have pictures. I'll post some pictures in the Discord of the furniture.
So the question I was gonna ask was, can you put like glitter and rhinestones and stuff on it? But then I realized, well, you could just do that after.
Yeah, you totally could do it after. That's a great idea. And since it's plastic, super glue works really, really well on it because it's basically plastic.
And that's like the second best thing to use super glue on.
What's the first? Skin?
Skin.
Back from my days playing 40K, when all of my fingertips were just full of little tiny X-Acto knife cuts, back when all the miniatures were made out of metal and you had to like scrape the little metal lines off them all. I was just like, my fingertips were basically just full of super glue. Like that's, you got to cut super glue. You're fine.
You know what? I was looking for a segue for this, and 40K, I think, is it. But because I knew I was going to see you today, Shoshi, last night I watched Dune.
Oh, the new Dune.
The new Dune.
What thoughts? Nerd thoughts?
I fucking loved it.
I loved it too. I loved it too. And I've never had my like nerd cred so validated.
Every single frame of that could have been like the cover of a 1960s sci-fi novel.
Like the way they did the space, the way like it gave me that feeling that I want with harder science fiction. Like softer science fiction, what I love about it is the operatic aspect of it, the like good versus evil, the like fighting for a cause, the idea that like the goodness of humanity is not about like destruction or whatever. But then when you get to harder sci-fi, like what I love is that expansive feeling where you're just like, it makes your brain go, oh my God, the universe is so big and vast. And it did that, which is so hard to do in like film or TV form. Like you can get it in a book, but it's really hard to do it that way.
Yeah, it even had that like weirdly echoey feeling.
Yes, that's the perfect way to describe it. Yes.
Where there's like everything, there's every it's all hard surfaces, and there aren't quite enough people. Because
Yeah.
there are no normal people. It's all just aristocrats and armies and lords and battles. Like there is no marketplace. There's no cantina. And I loved just every moment of it. It was so incredibly beautiful, and nobody quipped at all. It was so refreshing not to
Yeah.
have like, oh, we need some humor here to keep people interested.
But also, okay, so normally that's my pet peeve with that kind of stuff. I like somebody's got to fart. Like I don't usually like something unless, but for some reason I was like, yes, everything must be slow.
Yeah, it's all about contemplating the affairs of state and, you know, what actions are inevitable versus ordained. And it's incredibly like biblical. It's all prophecies and grand designs. It was incredible. I don't think I've ever. See, here's the thing. If I love a movie, it's usually a terrible sign for the movie. Like it's usually because it's fundamentally broken in some way.
And you feel a connection to that.
Yeah. So hopefully this isn't a death sentence for Dune. Because I want them to finish it.
So I haven't read or seen Dune. I might have seen the movie when I was a little kid.
With
And
Sting.
like, yeah, it doesn't make any sense that I haven't seen it because like please don't doubt my nerd cred because I've got a whole bunch of other ones. Like I have no idea what this Wheel of Time is going to be like, but I've read those and I'm really excited for it. But yeah, for some reason, somehow Dune just missed me.
And I'll tell you what, I hate the Wheel of Time books.
Really?
I hate Robert Jordan.
So I hated it too. I read the first one, or I started reading the first one, and I was like, oh my God, I am slogging through this book. I can't take it anymore. And then I found myself like thinking about the characters and wondering what was up with them. You know, what's Rand going to do? What's happening? And so then I picked it up again, and I got like halfway through the second one, I guess, or maybe it was almost into the third one. And then I was like, shit, yeah, I'm on board. And then I read the first like 10 and fell off the train again. And now I've been trying for years to like get back and finish them, but it's really hard to get back into those things because there's so many names of people and places, and they all are just, I don't know, out there and hard to figure out what's going on. So I can't wait to see what the show is like.
I know there's a lot of ideas in Wheel of Time that I found fascinating, but like I couldn't get past this feeling I had that Robert Jordan held like really naked contempt for all of the female characters.
He was terrible at writing females. Yes.
Yeah, and then there was like I think it was the fourth book was focused on the female characters, and it was just like, and he hated them and he hated writing them. And I'm like, then why is this book about them? I like these characters, you don't. Just farm it out or something. But I couldn't. I was like, that's it. I quit. I'm not going any further.
I never got into Wheel of Time. So I'm a huge sci-fi fan, but fantasy doesn't do it for me as much. Like I tried, like I read Sword of Shannara and I read like, you know, like all the class, and I was like, you know what? I just had this realization when I was maybe about, I don't know, probably in high school sometime, where I was like, you know what? I just not into fantasy novels, just not into it. Like, put it in space, great. Like, put all literally like any story, like fantasy story,
Bye.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was my connection or hers.
Yeah, she's just frozen.
So I will say I have read, like, there was definitely a point where I stopped keeping up with Sword of Truth, but I found it kind of, he could not plan his books at all. I loved how every book in that series is like 1,000 sprawling pages of world building, and it's like everything's, and then the last 100 pages are just breakneck, where he's like, oh, I've got to finish this. Like, and I do honestly mean I loved it. It was kind of great how it would do that. But it also meant also Sword of Truth, a whole lot of great ideas that I loved thinking about.
What Sword of Truth?
It is another fantasy series that's there's a Sword of Truth in it. I guess the big ideas that were kind of different is they have like a thing with magic can be additive or subtractive. So kind of like Wheel of Time, there's an aspect of magic that like people are no longer able to connect with, but it's not quite as, I guess, loaded. There's a lot of emotional baggage with that magic in Wheel of Time, as I recall. It has been a long time since I've given up on the Wheel of Time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like tried to start from the beginning, and I was like, no, I cannot do this. Too many books. And then I tried to like read summaries online, and the summaries online were either like reading another novel or not involved enough. And so I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna start reading at book 9 and then go from there. And like, I haven't even managed to keep up with that.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes I'm just like, I can't wait till they adapt it. Because even if the adaptation is terrible, I just don't.
Well, do you have Amazon Prime?
You know what? I do. I haven't.
It's out now.
I know I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I haven't started yet. I'm gonna start watching it as soon as we open Louisiana, and then I can be like, all right, my costume is finished and these props are done.
I think I'm gonna wait till like all of the episodes are out.
Yeah. Yeah, because
So
that way, even if it's not good, you can still just get through it. But if it's not good and you have to wait each week, I'm not gonna like keep up with it.
Oh yeah, at that point you just have to give up.
Yeah.
I
Good
never read the Dragonlance series, I will admit. And if it weren't my birthday, this would be showing my age. I did read all of the Drizzt Do'Urden books.
It's your birthday. Happy birthday.
It is my birthday, but yeah, in the 90s, if you were even mildly geeky or into D&D, you had to read at least one R.A. Salvatore novel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then everyone played the one good drow. Ranger. Right. It was...
Drizzt. His name is hard to pronounce. Drizzt.
I think we should make the Z's like a insect buzzing sound.
Man, just the name R.A. Salvatore reminds me of just looking at the sci-fi and fantasy section in the bookstores and being like, oh, what am I taking home today? Where'd Shoshi go? We lost her, but she's in the comments now. I was going to bring up Ender's Game because she's more sci-fi than fantasy. Did you read all the Ender's Games?
I did not read. You know what? I read very, very little Orson Scott Card. I did read the first book in the Maker series. which is his fantasy series that's set in like
Yeah.
colonial America.
I
But it's
started
also
those.
high
but-
fantasy.
Yeah, I started those, but just didn't like it as much as Ender's Game, so I just
Thank
kind of
you.
stuck to all the Ender's Games. And then there was one where it was like the seventh son of a seventh son or something.
That was
That's
the
that
major.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I read a few of those, but then I just didn't hang on to
Did you
it.
ever read Nine Princes in Amber? Zeleny, Roger Zeleny.
No, I did read the Bulgarian though.
It's so sweet, isn't it?
Yeah, and props on Wrinkle in Time.
Oh, yeah.
Love that
Oh,
book.
hey, you just said something. You just said Zeleny.
Uh-huh.
And we have someone in the comments, his Twitch name
Oh.
is, we always call him Zelani. Please tell us if we've been pronouncing it wrong.
Well, it's not
Zeleny
spelled that way,
or
but
Zelani?
is it a reference to the author?
And it's also funny because I know actually two ladies, I think, named Zelani. And so for the longest time, I thought that Zelani was a lady, but it's not. It's totally Mike.
Ah.
I think we all feel that pain, Blondie.
The Wrinkle in Time was the first like real book I read. Like there's this
Yeah.
period of, like when you're a kid and around like 7, 8, 9, like that's the transition between like little kid books with little kid subjects, and then there's like, I guess it's tween, but they didn't have that word when I was a kid. And I had this amazing librarian who like I walked to the library every day. It was like 2 blocks away from my house every day. It was this tiny, tiny little library. And I think I was like almost 9. And I had finished all of the Happy Hollisters series, which is like Nancy Drew, but it's a whole family. And I was like, what do I read? I'm out of stuff to read. And I was clearly like a nerdy little child. And the librarian was like, here, try Wrinkle in Time. You'll love it. And I was like, books can do this? What?
Yes.
Ugh.
I totally had a similar experience. Like when I read A Wrinkle in Time, I was like, I feel different now. My brain is different now. Like I know things and I'm thinking about stuff in ways that I have not before, and I like it.
Oh, yes, exactly. Yeah.
It just kind of stays with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to reread it now to remember what the hell made me feel like that, because I can't remember exactly.
Oh,
been a
it's
while
so
since-
great.
I have reread it since then, but I've forgotten again.
And
if you've
and real
read
quick,
oh,
Soft A.
So we've been saying it
Zelani.
right, Zelani.
Zeleny.
Okay, good.
Cool. Good name. Well done. I'm not really that tall.
I've
you get
always
so
found
tall,
you rather
Sophie?
short.
Yeah. Except
You're taller than I am.
oh, good for you, BC Blondie.
What?
Wow. How could you hate that book? So crazy.
Also,
Weird,
who
yeah.
tells a kid they're not gonna like? Kids
Yeah,
are
if a
so
kid-
stubborn. I think that
Oh.
librarian might have been trying to get you to read it.
Little reverse psychology.
I
Kids-
actually have a really great joke that takes advantage of that. It's
Let's
so I can only tell it if the parents are close enough to hear it, because this joke is for them. But I say, I have a joke, but you're not gonna get it. And have you ever told a kid they're not gonna get a joke?
Sounds like a dangerous thing to do.
It's amazing. They hate it so much, and they look at you with this look like they're like, all right, tell me the joke, because they're bracing themselves. They're gonna laugh no matter what you say, because they're gonna get this joke, because nobody tells them they aren't gonna get a thing. So then I go, knock knock.
Who's there?
Two.
To who?
Actually, I think you'll find it's to whom.
I love that joke.
which they've been bracing themselves to laugh at anything that sounds like a punchline, and they hear that sentence and it goes right over they can't make heads or tails of it. They just stare blankly, and the adults watch them try to figure out what I just said, and the adults crack up.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
I learned that joke with a bit of a different inflection in the delivery of the punchline.
Oh.
And I haven't heard it told in the way that you did. I like it. Would you like to hear the way that I know the joke?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
To.
To who?
It's to whom?
Perfect. The perfect joke.
I think for doing it your way, though, for like just bewildering a child and making the parents laugh, I think your way is a better delivery.
Oh, it's if you have the kid there, like, I definitely recommend doing it my way, but that's brilliant.
It's a little mean.
I just heard I watched a random thing. It was like Norm Macdonald had his son on one of his talk shows, and the whole gag is that his son is telling like terrible jokes and he's not laughing. But then he tells like the best joke I've ever heard, which is, I'm on a seafood diet. Yeah, if I see food and it's from the ocean, I eat it. And I've been obsessed with that for the last month.
So Kitty, do you follow there's a Twitter account, Kids Write Jokes?
Uh-uh.
Oh, it's great. It's people posting like jokes that their children have created. So they're like, how many snakes are there? 13. Ha 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 ha.
You might be right, but aren't a lot of punchlines just going to be about butts and toilets? Oh yeah, a lot of punchlines
are about butts and toilets. It's great. But occasionally there's ones that are just straight up brilliant. And my favorite one recently was, Doctor, there's a waiter in my soup. Which is like such a perfect, like, I was like, well, I'm giving up comedy. There's nothing will ever be more funny than that is right there.
My favorites are any variant of the "Why was 6 afraid of 7" joke.
Oh, what's that one?
Oh, they happen fairly regularly, but the most recent one was, why was 6 afraid of 17?
Ooh, why?
Because it's a bigger number.
Oh my god.
It's funny because it's true. That's a really good one.
When I was a kid and I learned of the kind of jokes where you go on for a really long time and then the punchline sucks.
I don't know anything about that.
So funny. And so, like, you know, there's like the whale one, and then there's one about duck food, and then another one where 13 because ice cream has no bones. Like, I would just make up my own and just explain this really weird thing to whatever victims I held captive, and then deliver this punchline that's not funny. But the fact that it wasn't funny made it hilarious if you were the right kind of person. And if you weren't, then you were just pissed off.
I feel like many, many people here feel a strong connection to that story.
I feel like that's most of our origin story.
Yeah.
That and being obsessed about sci-fi and fantasy novel sets that no one else has ever watched.
You open the door.
You put an elephant in the cupboard.
Well, if it's the most recent,
Oh.
there was a version on this recently on Kids Write Jokes, which was
Oh, really?
you put the elephant in and you shove real hard and you don't care about how much space it takes.
That's a much better answer than mine.
Yeah, well, Shoshi, I want to hear yours though.
Oh, so you open the door, you put in the elephant, and you close the door. How do you put a giraffe in the cupboard?
How?
You open the door, you take out the elephant, you put in the giraffe, you close the door. The king of the jungle holds a meeting for all of the animals who can't make it.
The giraffe, because he's
The
stuck
giraffe,
in the
you left
cupboard.
him in the cupboard. Oh
No, he's running out of air.
no. Why did I buy an airtight cupboard? They're so expensive.
Where else are you going to put your giraffe and your elephant?
Good point. Good point. You want a tight seal.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Well,
sorry.
A tight seal is a totally different animal.
You're right. You're right.
Tight seal was
Isn't that
at the
a
meeting.
store
with
at the
King of
mall?
Jungle Hub.
Tight seal, yes.
Tight seal.
It's next to Abercrombie and Fitch.
It's right near Forever 26.
Yeah.
So when I made my last / first needle felted eyeball, I did the iris last and I didn't like the color density. So I'm trying to start with the
Ooh.
iris and get a really fun modeled thing, and then I'll build up the white around it.
Oh, that's a smart idea.
Yeah.
So
What
is
did I
the
do
the
last
is
time
the
I made an
iris
eyeball?
going to be green then?
I threw a whole bunch of colors in. I wanted to have
Oh, look
like
at that. Oh yeah.
there's the pupil in the iris, and it mostly kind of looks like a dog maybe just vomited a sock drawer up. But
It's beautiful. It looks like the pictures you see of like Venus.
So I want to show you mine. I started with the white, and then I put the skin on the outside of it, and then made an iris. But I don't know. It's a different style.
What I love that little creature. Who is
And I
it?
gave
What's her
her
name?
legs.
Who is she?
I don't know. I never named her. This was the first thing I made out of needle felt.
She's great. Little guy, little thing there.
Yeah.
Oh, put her on your head. Yes, perfect.
oh,
I love that so much.
I guess I should maybe attach a hair clip to her or something.
Somebody, okay, tonight, if you're watching Goblonia, somebody needs to gift you like a little eye creature so that you can just wear it on your head.
Oh, they're gonna have to give it to you.
To me?
Yeah. Or May.
Oh, you're not there?
Right.
Oh. Well, when you come back.
I'll be back. Yeah.
Yeah. Are
so
you?
I have a hat for this occasion.
Oh. Well, and he was never seen again. Are you at Louisiana right now?
I will be soon. I'm in Texas right now, and then I'm going to be at the Texas Ren Fest on Sunday, just as a patron, which will be fun. And then Louisiana next week. Oh, look at it.
Oh man.
Look at it. That's a hat?
Well, it's like a hair thing. I guess it's closer to a fascinator.
It is, yeah. I love it.
Years ago, a friend of mine had that does like movie themes. Did one with brain control, sci-fi, and horror movies.
That's a great theme.
And so I made a brain slug.
I love it.
You made that?
Yeah.
It's so
Good
I've
job.
never seen that before. It looks so good.
Zalani asks, Oh my god! Wait, did you sew the stuffing and everything?
It is. Oh, the hair thing just broke.
Oh no!
Just a little bit. It still stays on. It is just felt, kind of sewn into like a plushy shape with pipe cleaners sticking out of it.
Amazing. That's a good theme for a party.
Oh, so Zalani asked, can you make one look like a beholder? I have sitting in front of me one of the last things I was working on before I left town and ruined all my clay on the road and haven't really worked on clay that much anymore. But one of the last things that I was working on was a baby beholder. Like I wanted to make like a cute little bitty baby beholder. And so this was as far as I got on that before, yeah.
I love that. And since it's a baby, that you can make the big eye so big.
Yeah. She was gonna be so cute. Maybe I'll still get around to it one day.
You got to make sure you put a lot of beauty in that eye, though.
Yeah, because the beauty is in there. That is where the beauty is.
That's the most abundant natural source of beauty.
Yeah, it'll just be all rhinestones. Okay, I'm gonna disappear for a minute, and then I'll be back and maybe show off some of the stuff I've been working on.
Ooh, please do.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Thanks for visiting, Kitty. That was all. I didn't know you were gonna be here. That's so great.
Yeah, I'll do this all the time. I love popping in on Creating with the Crew, especially because, and I like when there's several people here, so that I can zone out and stuff and not feel the pressure of running a show.
Yeah, yeah.
And also, it's like when I'm on East or West Coast time, it's like really early in the morning for me. So it's you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Tommy was doing the show for a minute. Where's Tommy?
He's in the. There we go. Yeah, that's fair. I work for an East Coast like online murder mystery company, and on Monday I have a show or 2 weeks at 6 a.m.
Yikes!
It's gonna be real great.
Ouchie.
What corporation does a murder mystery party for their people at 9 a.m.? Get to work, have your coffee, solve a mystery.
And then you get all the fun done and out of the way. So you can
that
get
makes
back
sense.
to work.
Okay,
I have a murder mystery at an office in a couple of weeks, and I have to show up at 9 in the morning.
Ugh.
In Center City.
Ugh. No one's going to be happy about that.
Oh no! Kitty's cam has been taken over!
Whoa, look at that wrench!
That is a really good wrench.
Is that a functional wrench or is it just a prop?
It's both. It's super functional. I had it originally as a novelty gift and had it for display purposes, but I've actually fixed so many things with it. Like cars, sprinklers, toasters, little tiny things just needed a crap load of leverage. Do we say crap this early in the morning? I'm not really from here. Sorry.
No.
Oh.
We just lost our license, Kitty.
Oh no.
I did it twice.
I was once in a really awesome role-playing campaign where one of the characters was an airline pilot and his weapon was a giant wrench. Or he was the airline mechanic and his weapon was a giant wrench. And it was awesome. Like, we loved that wrench. It was great because at the end, so like part of the game was like your belief in things gives them power. So at the climax of the campaign, the bad guy had stolen the sword of Alexander and also like the 13 pieces of silver that betrayed Jesus and melted them down and added them to the sword. So it was like this crazy artifact that was just like full of power because everybody believed in it. But we had this wrench that had been with us the whole campaign and had like, just like your wrench had come in very handy. So like the whole time we're rolling and we're like, wrench, wrench, wrench. It was pretty great.
I believe in leverage.
Give me a lever big enough and I'll move the world.
And a place to put it.
And a place to put it, yes.
Which is why, if you are role-playing from an Archimedean standpoint, the immovable rod is the most powerful item in all of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Does it have to be paired with the immovable fulcrum?
Well, I mean, you just weld a little piece onto it, and it's the immovable fulcrum.
Heck yeah! Oh, Kitty's back.
Well, I'm gonna go in a second.
Kitty's back and leaving.
Wait, so I just heard you guys talking about the immovable rod, and I can't remember what it was. Somebody was fighting a dragon or something, and they like dimension doored with the rod inside the dragon, and then somebody pulled it out of the dragon or something. I don't know. I can't remember, and just like tore a big hole. Yeah, immovable rods are cool.
Wait a second. Can you please post what Phantom Stranger? As in, I mean, like the Phantom?
No, the Phantom Stranger is he's one of DC's high magic beings.
Okay.
But what's cool about him is that he's just chilling out in a turtleneck sweater, a blazer, a cape, a medallion, and a fedora. And he takes himself, this is going to be shocking to say about anyone who wears a fedora, he takes himself way too seriously.
Wow.
No.
Oh, I know there are many Phantoms. I know the one in purple.
Well, that's not DC though.
No, that's not DC.
Yeah.
So Phantom Stranger.
You're talking about the Phantom that was incredibly competently brought to the screen and portrayed by Billy Zane.
Mm-hmm. Underrated movie. Highly underrated movie.
I mean,
maybe correctly rated.
Correctly rated, but more fun than people. I would rather watch The Phantom 3 times than any of the Nolan Batman movies. Agreed. Because at least it's fun.
Yeah. Hey.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Can you post what Rickard Clever what?
Mutant cancer egg. Oh, this is real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was a game too, and then I realized no, they're trying to make a pie, and you got a mutant cancer egg.
Well, it's wrinkly and bumpy and hard to. That sounds like it was a crocodile egg.
Well, crocodile eggs are soft, but they are wrinkly and bumpy.
Maybe you got a crocodile egg in there.
Voiced by Orson freaking Welles.
Oh, Lamont Cranston.
Oh no, that was the Alec Baldwin Phantom.
You're thinking of
The Shadow.
The Shadow.
Yeah, because the Phantom was based off of a newspaper comic.
Yeah. Lamont Cranston is the Shadow.
Yeah. What evil lurks in the hearts of men? Yeah. The Shadow knows.
Do you want to see part of the skirt I'm making?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay. So, first of all, I want you to be able to see how like this fabric is like pink and blue and sparkly and stuff.
Oh, it's like iridescent.
Yeah.
It's like Sleeping Beauty's dress.
And this is the front panel. It's not. It's gonna be skinnier so that like the back panel, like my legs stick out, and the back, comes around. But yeah, and it's got this funky, roughly
I love
outside.
it.
Yeah. When you're actually making this skirt, you're supposed to put that on the inside, but I put a liner, so I've got the shiny fabric, and then since it's cold on the inside, I have this like velvet. And so it's way
Nice.
too thick to try and hide away the gathers. But I was like, but the gathers look cute. So I'm
What's
just gonna
this?
leave them.
What's this for?
This is Echo. This is Echo's gonna be performing. So instead of being Kitty Chaos at the fair, I'm gonna be Echo.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
Like-
I started working on
like
a whole
the Dryad?
juggling show. No, Echo is my one of my Nat 21 characters. She's a Eldritch Knight mermaid or merfolk.
Ooh.
Mhm.
That's perfect. That in that outfit.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I
And,
didn't know
we
you.
have
I
all
didn't know
the-
you sewed, Kitty.
I don't. It's been so hard. There's been like the amount of hours that I have spent messing up and redoing stuff on this I could have made 2 skirts or 3 of them by now. But and also my like machine malfunctioning in the middle of it, and like luckily we have 2 machines because I have one and Brent has one, and his is a little more heavy duty than mine. And this fabric has been a challenge for poor machine.
Is it stretchy too?
Yeah, it's stretchy, and then it's got like a glue on it that holds all the glitter on. Like you don't feel the glue, but I like the needles. I have to change the needles really frequently because they get sticky.
Whoa.
Oh, that sounds awful.
What if you coated the needles in peanut butter?
I actually considered putting Vaseline or something on them.
Oh, yeah.
But I've changed. I've gone through 4 different types of needles, and now I'm finally using the right one.
Oh, okay.
So things are going better.
That's awesome. So it was just a learning. It was a workshop.
Yeah, and it's like I had enough time. Like it was. I've been, it was hard to get started while I was on the road. And so I got home and I had like, I got plenty of time to make a costume. But with all of the learning and trial and error, I'm like, oh my God, I'm running out of time now.
Well,
But
having enough time is too much time anyway.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
do
good.
things on the last minute. It's
But
fine.
good for you for like being able to unstitch stitches and restitch stuff, because it's hard to do.
I'll tell you how I did it. I just get really stoned and put Steven Universe on in the background.
And then everything's okay.
Yeah.
Have you watched although it's not, unless you speak fluent Japanese, it's not great to watch while you're doing a project because you got to read subtitles. But do you know the show Midnight Diner? Oh, if you want like just a soothing, awesome show, highly recommend. It's on Netflix, Midnight Diner.
It's the perfect
Awesome.
dinner show
Yes.
because they're always eating in it, and
I love a food show. I like a show where there's like eating and they talk about food.
Is the food, they show the food and it's really cute.
And it's delicious. And it's like, it's a heartwarming show. Like, it's great. It's very good. It's like super creative and it's good.
I think I've heard of it because I watch clay creators and they love making, recreating food from anime. Like there's a lot of Miyazaki food, and
this is more, this show's
it's live
less
action.
Yeah.
Oh, it's people. It's not cartoon.
Yeah.
It takes place in a diner that's only open from midnight to 6 a.m. And there's only one thing on the menu, but whatever you want, the master, the chef who owns and runs the diner, and his name is never given.
They only call him Master.
will make it as long as he has the ingredients.
So like or if you bring him ingredients, he'll make it. But it's cool. It's just like about like nightlife in Tokyo. So like you get sex workers in there. You get like blue collar
reality show too.
No. I mean, it's all fictional.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's great.
But
it's like very It's like a little soap opera-y. It's great. It's really good.
There's like a regular character who's fairly high up in the Yakatsu.
Yeah, that shows up.
Akatsu?
The Yakuza or whoever you say.
Oh, I know Yakuza. I don't
properly.
know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's great. And the master is like, he's got a scar and you don't know his past, and he's a good cook. But yeah, it's more about like the food and the taste of the food and like the memories that food bring, more than like the look of it. It's very sweet.
Okay.
It's good. Yeah.
I want to highlight some
and like super sex worker positive, which is very cool.
Love that. Definitely love that.
Yeah.
Reverend Tommy said more stitches have been removed than put into that skirt. That is 1,000% true. And then Robert says, that's how I write a book. There are more words that have been cut from Gablonia that will make it into the final version.
Oh yeah. That's how we all are. There's more of us than makes it to the end.
I keep cutting parts off. I used to have like 6 hands.
Yeah. But the 2 strongest are the ones that have survived.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I should have done.
Different needles are important. Granny taught me to sew. Made most of Sky's costumes. I loved the dragon costume. Sky's dragon costume was great.
Heck yeah.
So this is how my iris is turning out.
Oh, yeah.
And I still don't super love it. I'm not sure how to go about irises, but I'll keep trying.
Wait, you didn't like putting the... I got all confused on which... Okay, sclera is the white part. Iris is the colorful part. Pupil, that's it. Okay, so before you said you put something else first and didn't like it, what was it?
Oh, before I did the white of the eye and then I did the iris, and it didn't feel like there was enough depth to it. Like it felt very tacked on. And now this has more depth, but I don't love it.
What don't you? I think it looks really good. What don't you?
It looks like I just cleaned out my lint trap and just threw it together.
Oh. Well, just keep needling it. I don't know. I've never made one. I have no advice for you.
Stab.
Yeah. Needle felting is the best craft ever if you want to stab something 10,000 times.
So true.
This is my progress on my... So see, the color looks really light right now, but because it's going to shrink down, that green is actually going to get like probably as dark, even darker maybe than that green.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it like the colors get like you don't actually want to color too dark, because then if it shrinks down, it's like too dark.
So like the amount of pigment that's there just gets concentrated.
Exactly. So... Yeah. Yeah. So, but it's fun because it's like it's basically just coloring. And I like coloring. And they cook really fast. They cook in like a minute and a half. So like in the oven, yeah. And like,
have you ever put a bag of Doritos, like an empty bag of Doritos, in a microwave?
No. What happens?
It turns into a tiny bag of Doritos. Like,
no, are you serious?
Yeah, you can still read the words and stuff.
What?
I mean,
Wait,
I
you do it
haven't
in the
done this.
microwave.
Yeah, I haven't done this since high school, so I don't know if it's still like whatever they make the bags out of, if it still does that. But yeah, like all of those kind of plastic
chip bags.
yeah, yeah, it just gets really tiny and wrinkly, but somehow you can still read all the words.
That's incredible. That's a great tidbit because I'm doing this fairy show and I need to make some things smaller. So I'm gonna try that out. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
don't know if
I
the
want to know how
scale
that
is
goes.
Is it
I don't know
microwave
if
or toaster oven?
microwave.
Okay.
And it will spark and stuff.
But
And
don't worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is something I haven't done since I was a little kid, so I don't know if it's like bad for the microwave or anything. Also, I don't know if the scale is gonna be right, but there's only one way to find out.
Yeah, there's only one way to find out.
I mean, I've lit Doritos on fire.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard they're like good fire starters.
Yeah, they'll carry a flame like a candle.
Amazing. Is that just because of all the fat?
Yeah, because of all the grease. So
Yeah.
any snack chip
Sweet.
you can just light on fire.
Yeah. That's actually, Doritos were first invented as a fire starter.
Really?
Yeah, and then someone was like, actually, these taste delicious.
Do corn chips work that same way?
Yep.
Like, okay.
Yeah,
Any
anything
corn
that's
chip.
been fried will have enough oil in it that it'll just like carry a flame. So like
Chicken fingers,
like
Turkey legs.
turkey legs. Actually, I'm pretty sure you can light a turkey leg on fire.
I'm pretty sure Paulo and AJ did light
Yeah.
turkey legs on fire and
I'm
juggle
pretty
them.
sure. Yeah.
look, we've all seen Fight Club. We know that the trick is to get it at a certain high enough temperature that it ignites the fat. I meant any snack chip though that's been fried. But it is possible to light those things on fire. It's just more difficult.
You can light anything on fire.
Yeah. Did you know you can melt wood?
Ooh, I guess as long as you don't expose it to air.
Yeah, you need to do it in a vacuum.
That's great. What does it look like? Probably looks really cool.
I'm gonna look and see if there's a picture of it on the internet.
Yeah, post it in the Discord if you find.
Also, I want just some guy to explain his comment.
And no nosebleeds.
Right.
Drew Barrymore starred in the movie Firestarter,
Ah, okay.
based off of the Stephen King novel where she had pyrokinesis.
If you heat wood, the water boils away first, and then the lignin and cellulose, both long-chain organic molecules, will react with oxygen and burn. Even in a vacuum, these molecular chains are oh, that's not what I wanted.
You can also like turn the lignin clear.
What?
Like, have you ever seen like? I mean, we all spend time on YouTube watching chemistry videos, right?
Of course.
It's a pretty popular experiment to try to make clear wood.
What?
You can kind of bleach the lignin out of the wood,
No way.
and then there's no color left to it. But it weakens the wood considerably, so you have to like kind of beef up the wood afterward with like epoxy.
A resin or something.
Yeah, so ultimately it's mostly epoxy or resin when you're done.
But like the texture of the wood is still there? Is that what's
The
going on?
grain is still there,
Oh, but it's like see-through.
but it's like see-through, which
Does it
I
look
guess
like glass?
it's because of the grain, it's less opaque.
Ah.
And the idea is that if this process gets perfected enough, you could have like plywood windows,
Whoa.
which will
yeah.
let light in, but they'll actually still be pretty thermal resistant.
Yeah, and flammable, which is something you want from wood. Wow. Transparent wood. Look at that.
Hi, Cubby and Shoshi. Miss you guys. Anne. What am I, chopped liver?
Ha.
Just kidding, Anne. I'm sure you're lovely.
Hi.
Well, we stay at Penzic with Anne.
I have not met Anne.
Have you been to Penzic, Kitty?
I have not. I've heard so much about it. It seems awesome.
It's a good time. It's a good time. Yeah. It's like nerd Burning Man.
Yeah.
It's exactly like Nerd Burning Man.
Yeah.
And Burning Man is Nerd Burning Man.
Right. Just a different flavor of nerd.
Yeah.
Although there's a lot of
Okay, so-
crossover.
I have not all the pictures that I'm finding of melted wood. Thanks. Yes. We are both fabulous. It's got to be true. If we're friends with these guys, we must both be fabulous.
Kitty is definitely fabulous.
So all the pictures of vacuum melted wood I'm finding, they're not. It's all pictures that people carved. It like wood that people carved to look melty. It's really cool, but I'm not finding it. And I found a video where this science man, this nerd, is talking about how to melt wood, but I'm not finding any pictures of it. So, oh well.
I'm looking at stuff of transparent wood. It's pretty cool.
I did not realize Sapphire had aluminum in it, which means that Star Trek was just that much better at predicting things. Because all their windows are made out of transparent aluminum.
Amazing. Well, like screens are now made of sapphire. Like, isn't iPhone screen made of sapphire? Phone screen?
Great. Now we're going to have dragons hoarding iPhones.
Definitely. They would definitely hoard iPhones. Do you know how many old iPhones have been thrown away? And to freaking build their house with iPhones. Oh, that's a big thing that I hope. So like thousands and thousands and thousands of years from now, like iPhones and tablets and things, they're going to be like great building materials. We'll dig them up from the earth and be like, look at these beautiful shingles, all in the same size and shape.
An actual brick house made out of Nokias?
Yeah. Like what divine providence has left these amazing materials for us? Surely there must be a God. I think that's just Canticle for Leibowitz, though.
And also the gods must be crazy.
Oh yeah, a little bit God must be crazy.
A little bit the gods must be crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I found some information. The physical structure of wood is destroyed in the process, and the resulting material cannot return to the original matter. As a result of the chemical, irreversible breakdown of its components, wood does not melt. So whatever happens to it in the melting process of putting it in a vacuum and melting it, it's not technically melting, I guess.
Oh, it's like some other...
Right,
like
well,
when...
I needed to keep reading. What if you tried melting wood in a vacuum? Okay, so that wasn't talking about in a vacuum. What if you tried melting wood in a vacuum where there is no oxygen to begin the oxidation process? This clever idea still fails. Although the water and volatile matter would evaporate in the vacuum, the long cellulose fibers in the wood would strongly inhibit wood's transition to the liquid state. Heat might break the carbonyl bonds in cellulose, leaving behind carbon and charcoal form or carbon dioxide.
Huh.
Oh, in theory, it may be possible to melt wood by one alternative means. At standard temperature and pressure, the melting point of carbon is, I don't know how to read that number. And
I mean, if it's carbon, it's a pretty high melting point.
yeah, it's the number is 3,500, then lowercase o, capital C.
So basically, melted wood is just diamonds.
Degrees Celsius.
I guess so. If this could be lowered to a temperature that could be attained experimentally, the wood might begin to melt. Although facilities capable of creating such conditions exist, there is no published literature that has tested this hypothesis. Thus, until science indicates that it is possible, the answer to the question, can we melt wood, will remain a no. Why has nobody done that? Why has nobody done that if we could do that?
I thought somebody had. I could have sworn I heard an NPR story about melting wood.
I thought
And-
I did that too.
They're too busy inventing dick pills.
We don't need as many dick pills. We need melted wood.
Look,
Maybe
they
it's
Stop
got
making the wood harder.
a memo. They're like, work on wood. They took it the wrong way.
They want the wood harder. They don't want the wood.
The wood to melt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I missed what you said just a sec ago, Shoshi. Do you remember
No.
before that?
Oh.
No, it's gone forever now. My brain doesn't work that way.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I lost it too. You did
Yeah.
say something.
Wood melting. Oh, that melted wood is basically just diamonds,
Oh.
right?
Oh, so it just the carbon all melts and just crystallizes when it reforms.
Yeah. We're all just diamonds, baby.
I knew this one woman. A lot of people called her crazy, but she had diamonds in the soles of her shoes.
Oh.
Why?
But now everybody knows just what I'm talking about. Talking about diamonds on the soles of her shoes.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. I knew this other girl. Her name was Lucy. And she hung out in the sky a lot with diamonds.
I know
I
her.
knew this one girl,
Yeah.
Manny Mo. She's
Uh-huh.
like a new age girl.
Uh-huh.
She's a vegetarian,
Uh-huh.
so she won't eat meat, right?
Yeah.
Does not eat meat,
Okay.
but she sure liked the bone.
Oh. Yeah. I know there were some dogs. And they had diamonds on them.
I know.
You're sticking to
lady.
theme way better than I am.
I know a lady who's best friends with diamonds.
Oh, yes. Yes, I've often heard. Yes. She insists that
Yeah,
her best friend.
Yeah, any shape, square cut, pear shaped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew this girl and this guy, and like they were fighting a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but like because they had no common ground to walk on.
Uh-huh.
But then he was like, "Hey, what about Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Mm.
I kind of like that film," which is also really an indefensible position to hold, because that movie is trash.
Well, yes. Yes, it is. It is. And it's a shame because it didn't have to be.
I don't think. Okay, so Audrey Hepburn is darling in it, but the whole theme is that like if somebody loves you, they own you now.
Oh yeah, it's a very dark. I mean, the short story is very dark, and the movie they tried to make it less dark, but then ended up making it more dark.
And then they were like, it'd be awesome if Mickey Rooney
No.
played an Asian gentleman.
I wouldn't even say. I would just say stereotype. Like I wouldn't even say. Like it was a pure stereotype.
What? Just because the Japanese photographer has, for some reason, a stereotypical Chinese accent?
No good. Good cat though.
Oh yeah, the cat was great.
Have you seen Inside Llewyn Davis? That movie?
Yes.
Yeah. Did I say it
But-
right? Llewellyn.
Llewyn.
Llewyn.
Because that's the whole thing. Everyone's like, what's the N stand for?
Yeah. That movie has a good cat in it.
I forget the cat. I remember the Please Mr. Kennedy song.
Oh, that's so great. That's
But
what
also I only watched it once, and with like every Coen Brothers movie, like you need to rewatch it.
yeah. It's such a vindicating movie because like, well, I don't want to give too much. Well, whatever. It doesn't give it away. So like, well, it sort of is a spoilery movie. You start off, the movie's circular, so it ends where it starts. And by the time you get back to where it starts, you hate the main character. And it's great. Like you start off like feeling sorry for him, and then throughout the movie you're like, no, this guy is just a jerk and deserves everything bad that happens to him. And you like get back to the beginning of the movie and you're like, it's very cool. I've like never seen a movie that makes you dislike the main character in such an effective and surprising way.
Yeah. I mean, I've definitely hated main characters before, but usually that
It's not intentional.
it's
On the
usually
director.
not the intent.
Yeah. Update you on my progress.
I,
Wow.
jeez.
Also, I don't consider chicken to be meat.
I was
It's dinosaurs and they should all die.
Yeah.
I
We got
was-
rid of those. Some of them slip between the cracks.
my little sister was vegetarian for a while, and when she lived with me for like 9 months, I was like, oh, I'll go vegetarian too. That'll be fun. And it was fine. It's easy to do. Like, what do you eat? Everything but meat. There's plenty of things to eat. But when I decided not to do it anymore, I like couldn't eat chicken. The thought of chicken like disgusted me. Yes. Like red meat, you'd think it would be the opposite. Like red meat was fine.
No.
But
I have
with chicken, I was like, ugh. It's very weird.
I have the weird relationship with chicken too. Like raw chicken, I can't stand handling it. Like I just do not like to deal with it. But pork, beef, I can deal with that raw. It doesn't gross me out. But for some reason, like so if we make chicken, like I have to like get Brent to like prepare it and get it into the pan, and then I'll take it from there.
That being said, chicken cutlets, like fried chicken fingers, and that's like literally my favorite food now.
So must be fun now that you've reached 12.
Yeah. I make a good, that's a thing I got good at over the pandemic. I make a real good chicken cutlet now.
But I agree wholeheartedly. We've been doing meal kits. So, and like, it's mostly chicken, and like opening the package of chicken every single time is just like I kind of dread it.
Just some guy. Do you think that Echo is going to break up with Hexor for some raw chicken? Oh, it's just a chicken. I see. Well, you added the A in there. That's okay. But yeah, so now Echo has to date a chicken. Whatever you do, don't make a haiku about it.
Wait, it'd be a tuna because that's the chicken of the sea.
Ah.
Cubby.
Wait. There we go.
Yeah, it's about time. Okay.
That's fair.
So
Speaking of time, how long does this show go on?
Usually an hour and a half.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so that's like now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, here, I'll show. Look, I almost finished my little thing. I'm very close.
But I don't know how to end the broadcast. It might be the button that says end broadcast, but
I
I
don't
don't
know.
want to make assumptions.
Yeah, would you really think? I mean, it couldn't be that one.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, and then you cut it out, and then you pop it in the thing. But I have to figure out how I'm going to attach the legs to it. I still have to figure that part out. That's like a fun bit of engineering that I have to think out. But that'll happen at another time.
And I have definitely like a little iris. Next, I'll start building up the white around it.
Yeah.
And then maybe I'll feel confident enough in my skills to start a real project.
Whoa, is that a mask? Oh, yes.
Oh, cool.
Look at how beautifully nightmarish they all are.
Oh my gosh, I never thought of getting a book. I just watch YouTube stuff. I should get a book.
I've never thought of a book.
I got the book because look at this. Look at this. Let it haunt your dreams forever now.
Felted?
Yeah.
Cubby, one of my friends, she also recently took up needle felting, and she's been making little stop motions with her. I'll have to send you some.
That's awesome.
I want to make nightmare bunnies.
I want to see these nightmare bunnies. Your camera is being weird. Can you hold it up again?
Oh yeah, hold it more towards it was like a little too far to the side.
Oh, I lost the page. So here's a nightmare cat instead.
I've seen some really good cat faces people have made, like really good. That one is, the hollow eyes are very nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah, seeing the human eyes just peeking out is just
Great.
It's just what makes it so good.
Wow. Incredible. So, if you enjoyed me and Cubby doing this crafting from the crew, guess what, everyone? You're in for a treat come January.
Well, I think we're gonna be sort of taking over again the last 2 weeks of December when all the channel regulars are having a break. But starting in January, Shoshi and I are going to be the regular hosts of Craftin'.
Yeah.
Wait, why not start now?
Because our Decembers are insane.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're too. Yeah, we thought about it. We wanted to start, but we both have too many. Yeah, we just can't do it. But I'm excited. We're gonna try and make it like a real morning show. We should get like mugs.
Oh my goodness.
Have
Like
a little. Yeah.
Yes.
Ah,
And I'm gonna pop in all the time.
Oh, please do.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll be excited to have you. So I didn't, and we'll have fun things for the chat to do. I wanted today, I totally forgot about it because we were just so entertaining all on our own, we didn't need it. But I was thinking if we needed something to do, I was gonna do a Shrinky Dink turkey hand, where you like outline that. And then if you want to post some turkey hands on the Discord, I'll make some Shrinky Dinks of them.
Yay.
Yeah, we should flood the Discord with turkey hands.
Oh yeah, we should just flood yes.
Awesome.
And not tell Paulo why.
No, we should just make him regret giving us this show.
Yeah,
today.
that's the goal.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You guys, do you know what would be awesome? Do you ever do Exquisite Corpse?
Yes.
We should do Exquisite Corpses.
Yes, we totally should. We 100% should. We have to figure out a way to do that.
Well, I can think of a couple. So one is we could draw on like tablets, if that's a thing that all of us have access to.
Or like a Jamboard or something.
I don't please don't make me do Jamboard. I don't like that stuff.
Fair.
So we could so you know how you draw on your third of the paper and then you just leave a couple of lines.
Yeah.
So we could email each other somehow where the lines are, then make the drawings, and then one person can put them all together and then put them up. Or we could physically mail drawings to each other and just have it happen over a period of time.
So it's like a 3-week long.
Yeah. Oh, just some guy would like me to explain Exquisite Corpse. I have Brent and I did one. Or Brent and we did one with our friend on my birthday. So I'm gonna go grab them and I'll show you and explain.
So, and I'll give a little bit of the history. Exquisite Corpse is actually an old Dadaist parlor game from the 20s. And the idea is that like you would play games that like stimulated absurdity, and you would everyone would write a sentence together, but you could only ever see the word directly preceding your contribution. And They Might Be Giants wrote a song somewhat inspired by that called Exquisite Dead Guy.
But Exquisite Corpse, I think specifically is just pictures. So like someone draws the head and then someone else draws the middle and someone else draws the legs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my favorite way is to do it with, you can do it with, have you done the sentence picture way?
Yeah.
That's the best party game.
It is
I love
the
that
best.
one.
I've never laughed as hard like in my life at that.
Okay. So let's we'll explain Exquisite Corpse real quick, and then that one, and then we'll do them all. Okay. So yeah, Exquisite Corpse, you take a piece of paper and you fold it in thirds like this, and one person draws something on, they pick whichever middle, bottom, or top, and it's kind of implied that it's head, torso, legs, but you can do whatever you want. It's like a piece of paper. And then they draw a picture and leave lines that just stick out on the
Like
neck.
where the neck is, or where the
or where the legs go, or whatever. And then you but you don't look at it, and then you end up with something like this.
Oh yes.
Oh my god, I've seen a fishbowl as a head, but never a fishbowl as a torso. That's great.
This one got
Oh,
very
look at those legs. Incredible.
leg, torso, head. Yeah, I had a lot of fun drawing those legs.
Oh
That's
man,
great.
that's a great transition from the shoulders to the torso too.
Yeah. I'm guessing he put the arm lines up too. I mean, he must have, otherwise, yeah. But so with the one that she's talking about, which is also really fun, maybe even more fun than Exquisite Corpse, I think it just depends on your mood, is someone either writes a sentence or draws a picture. And then the next person, let's say they wrote a sentence. The next person draws that sentence. Then the next person only sees the picture and writes a sentence. Then the next person draws that sentence.
It's like telephone, but written down. Oh my god, it's so funny.
Yeah,
Like-
the way I learned it is you always start with the sentence, and it always has to be describing an action
Right.
to help set things off. But the best part is sometimes you're playing and your sheet comes back to you
Yeah.
and you don't know it, and it keeps going because it's traveled so far from whatever it started with. You have to keep really, really close count. Otherwise, there'll be no end because it's just wonderfully
We
absurd.
did a thing where you wrote your name really small on the bottom.
Oh,
So
that's
you-
smart.
Yeah, so you knew, like at the very bottom, so you knew when it came, because that used to happen to us. We're like, wait, where are we? What's going on? Oh, so funny. Although it does matter a lot, like the type of guests you have make a lot of difference because I have definitely played this game with a group of people and it was very boring. Like the sentence at the beginning was the same as the sentence at the end.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I only like hang out with weirdos.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Oh, I've seen that on Taskmaster.
Oh yeah, those are good. That's a good game. That's very funny. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I would love to figure out a way to play Exquisite Corpse and the sentence one over the internet. If we can figure out an effective way to do that, I would 100% play that game with everybody. Especially if we could somehow get chat involved somehow.
Yeah.
We will figure out a way, and it will be glorious chaos. But I know we're kind of over the time already.
Yeah,
but we could do a really quick trivia card.
Oh yeah, let's do a trivia card.
Yeah. So the thing about this show is like you can really just keep going all you want to. If you want to keep going 2 hours, 2.5 hours, we've done that before. Sometimes we've also ended a little short of an hour and a half.
Okay.
So yeah, you could do whatever you want. I should get to work though.
Okay. Yeah, good luck on that skirt.
What is trivia card? What is this?
So this is one of the bits we're going to try when we take over. We want to have a thing where at any time chat can pay points, and then we have to pull a trivia card and do trivia.
Oh yeah, we don't have any point stuff on
and we'll probably have a thing where like when they do it, we'll yell really loud like trivia time, or we'll figure out a fun catchphrase that we have to draw, and probably like trivia card, and we'll have to like spin around or drink a bunch of water or something, you know.
I love
confetti.
That sounds pretty much ready to go.
Yeah, plan completed.
So are we going to
the first deck I grabbed was Morbid Curiosity, a game about death.
Nice.
It's got a wonderful little death's head moth.
Ooh,
cute.
Why does that moth have a skull on it? What? Why? What? Nature? Why? What? That's weird.
I love it though.
It's so weird.
It doesn't make any sense, but
how did that happen? What?
Or like, I mean, yeah, or like that one fish with the faces on it.
Yeah. What? Why? What? Yeah, because nature is freaking punk rock.
So the trivia question is, what U.S. state cremates more people than any other?
Ooh. I'm gonna say California.
Now it is multiple choice.
Oh.
So they give us Florida, California, Nevada, or North Carolina.
Chat, you can weigh in.
You know what? Before I saw them, I was thinking Florida because of all the old people.
Well, also Florida because you can't do a whole lot of burying.
Right. Good point. Wait, so what are the options? Say them again.
Florida, California, Nevada, or North Carolina. Now,
I'm going to go with Florida.
I'm tempted to say North Carolina at this point just because the rest of them feel like there's a reason. But why is North Carolina on that list?
And
I would have thought maybe Louisiana because we all know about New Orleans cemeteries.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying Florida is because I feel like a lot of Florida's got a similar problem.
A lot of swampland and a lot of people who are not originally from that area. Ashes are a much easier thing to transport home.
Yeah.
I'm going to say California just because it's big.
That's why I said Texas before the multiple choices.
Yeah, that the numbers might add up that way. Also, it's like real big out here. Cremation's real like.
Yeah, but the problem is you don't live in California, Shoshi.
What? I do.
You live in LA.
I do. I live in LA.
LA.
I actually live in Hollywood. How cool is that? Like I can see the sign from where I live. I'm just walking around my neighborhood and I'm like, there's the Hollywood sign. I live here.
I need to come and visit you soon.
Please do. I would love that.
Yeah, we have so many cans in our garage right now because we save up cans and then drive to California with them and basically pay for our gas with all of the cans that we bring.
That's so smart.
Yeah.
That's
Oh my gosh,
awesome.
please come. I would love to have you visit.
Yeah. Do you have a place for us to crash? Awesome.
Yeah.
Yay. Because we
And
have some other
so-
California friends to visit too. So
Awesome. Yeah, and cool stuff to do.
yeah.
And when you visit, you can stop in Nevada and figure out why they cremate more people than any other state.
What? It's Nevada?
It's Nevada.
Is it because it's the desert and they just catch on fire and burn up anyway?
Or is it because it's the law there and you have to be cremated?
You know what? It doesn't even say that they were chosen to be cremated. It could be that they were just walking around and caught on fire and spontaneously combusted.
Yeah, I had a real fear of that when I was a kid. I was so afraid of spontaneous combustion for a couple of years.
I once had to drive across Nevada without my working air conditioning. So I fully believe that.
Okay.
True.
I did that once too. It was horrible.
This just makes me even angrier that those mob people would make you dig your own grave in the desert. You know what? If you just kill me, I'm not going to dig my own grave.
Oof, it's hard. That's why there's so many shallow graves. You know how hard it is to dig 6 feet down? It is not easy.
Yeah, it sucks even if you're not digging like a person-sized hole in the ground. Like it still is like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. And remember, if you're going to hide a body in the woods, stick like a dead dog near the top. So search animals find that.
Well, you know what? Just don't murder. It's too much work, everybody.
I didn't say anything about murder.
There's
I just said if you're hiding a body.
the only reason that I don't want to, because the thing is, if I need to hide a body, there's probably like a time limit, right? And then I have to find a dead dog because I'm not killing a dog.
No.
So it sounds like I should just not bother with the whole murder and body hiding thing because
It's just too much work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't murder. Just don't murder. It's too much work. Come on.
Or make a mound, maybe a white. You could make a white or a barrow. That's what I'm thinking of, a barrow. Make a nice barrow.
Tommy, there's somebody. There's a bad person in the chat.
Oh no,
they're not a bad person. They're a
spam person.
Spam.
Yeah, possibly not even a person at all.
Oh, well, now we caught Tommy slacking. He must not be paying attention.
Apparently, there's some sort of a bunny.
Oh, there it is. You, bunny, you're gone.
That means we made it, right? That means we're popular?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yes, we did it.
Okay, I should go.
Yeah,
I gotta go. Feel free to have all the fun you want. So when Paolo first started doing this show, he would always end by saying, and because he was always working on painting minis, and this topic stayed way more D&D. Now we go all over the place, thank you, Tommy, I'm getting to work. And so he would always end the show by saying, remember, there's no such thing as critical fails, just critical little accidents.
That's nice.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah.
I say we do one more trivia question.
And then we'll end it.
And then we'll end it.
Okay.
If you have to go now, go now.
I'm gonna go now. You guys do it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Kitty. See you later. I'll see you later.
Have a great show tonight.
Thank you.
Bye.
We will. And well, I've seen a lot of names I recognize. So I think you all know that if you like watching Shoshi and I, you can catch us tonight at 8 p.m. during Gablonia.
Yeah.
But now the final trivia question of the night. True or false? Due to health regulations, funeral homes are not permitted to rent a casket.
Wait, true or false?
True or false?
Say it again.
True or false? Due to health regulations, funeral homes are not permitted to rent a casket.
I would say that's true.
What, are they worried about the corpse getting sick?
Yeah.
You would rent a casket because you were going to cremate the body afterwards.
But
I'm
you
gonna-
want the casket for display purposes.
Yeah, because usually you're not cremated in a fancy casket. You're cremated in a very minor. Personally, I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to be embalmed. It's such a waste of chemicals and
Same.
it's really not necessary.
Yeah. Agreed.
Unless you're gonna be put on a train and put on display for like all of the nation to mourn your untimely passing.
Yeah, if I
Yeah.
get to be put in a clear glass casket and pulled through the city in a carriage with paid mourners, that's what I want.
Yeah, like I'm all for cremation, but there's a new form called water cremation that's way less it's way less. There's no, smoke or gases or anything toxic released. They basically stick you in a bucket of water for 3 days, and when you're done, all that's left is dust.
Wow.
I think they agitate it too. It's pretty fascinating.
That's cool. That's beautiful. Yeah.
False. It is false. You can rent a casket, but they go on. This is a really good one. You can buy a cardboard box to place inside a formal casket for viewings or funerals.
Oh,
This way, you save money but still look good.
there you go.
I would
Yeah.
absolutely have my corpse disposed of by, like, if you could chop me up and feed me to the wolves, that would be awesome. Or even better, the bears, because that'll make the bears stronger, which, as always, is our last line of defense against libertarians.
Bears.
The bears, the natural enemy of the libertarian.
Yeah. I like that tree planting idea. That's nice. I'd like to be part of a haunted forest.
I actually do have a whole idea thing, which is I do want a form of cremation. And then anyone who wants some of my ashes or remains get some to do with as they please. And then the stories of what everyone does with all the little parts of me will be collected, maybe on a little tribute website.
That's nice. I like that.
Yeah, because
Yeah, that's-
everyone should mourn in their own way.
Yeah, I like that. Ah! Kitty.
That is a beautiful offer, Kitty. I mean, I wasn't interested in before, but now.
Okay, I think it's time. It's time to end these shenanigans.
And if that makes you sad, just remember, so much more shenanigans tonight at 8:00 and in January.
Yeah. Shenanigans. Show shenanigans.
And Cubby
Again.
is also there.
In January, we officially take over for hosting Crafting with the Crew. Wicked clever. Yeah. We'd do it sooner, but we're both too busy.
Yeah. And you know what? We could probably use a good spam bot if you're interested, Wicked Clever. We could have a spam bot of the day. Everyone takes turns in the chat role-playing a spam bot.
Oh, I like that. We'll have like spam bot minute where everybody just we just pretend. All right, everyone, now's the time where we pretend we're a spam bot.
Yeah, we vote on who gets to do the spam bot minute and gets to spam bot us all. And we get to see what everyone would choose to be a spam bot for. So I hope you catch our show in January, because I'm starting to feel like it might not make it to February.
But what a month. What a month we'll have. Ha.
Oh, just some guy. You've been trying to reach us about that, haven't you?
Oh, man. I'm sorry I've been ignoring your calls.
But to be fair, that's life now. We've all decided that we're not doing phones. All right. So thank you all for tuning in. And we can't wait to see you again.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Oh, wait. Is there an out? No, there's no out song for this yet, right?
Okay. No. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
I thought if we just kept going, they'd all leave.
Oh, but they're still here.
They're still here, and we don't know how to close the show.
Oh, no. I mean, do we just, if we just close the browser, that'll do it, right?
Yeah, I tell you what. Okay, I'll figure out how to hit the button and just wave in the meantime.
Okay.
We'll cover it with waves.